smoking in hip hop right now. Really should. I don't know how it's not.
Nah, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you, man.
Yeah, man. All the bars and metaphors and the wordplay and all that stuff. How we ended up in bubble rap is beyond me, bro. I don't even know how we got it.
Yeah, I have absolutely no idea either. For those who don't know, right now we got on the phone the self-proclaimed fat boy. You know, I didn't call him. I wasn't body shaming him. You know what I'm saying?
It's all good. It's all good, bro. That's how I roll. I've been being called that for many years now. It's all good. That's how I roll.
Yeah, man. Good. They got the homie on the phone, man. You can find him on Twitter at Damn Im Wild. And that's the name of your YouTube channel also, correct?
Yeah, same channel. Yep.
Yeah, Damn Im Wild. So go ahead and check my homie out. Follow him on Twitter and subscribe to his channel. I can't remember how I came across him. It might have been just on Twitter or some shit. And then I seen the blogs and shit, and I found it entertaining. It was a different perspective. I also liked the way he was doing it. Like, you know, he's a truck driver, so he was driving his truck, talking battle rap, and some of the stuff. Well, I don't mean it in a bad way, but most of the stuff made sense. But the other parts of it was just funny to me. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was a bit entertaining. I just hated the Black and Mild. I hated the Black and Mild. I just envisioned that his whole dashboard in his truck smelled like Black and Mild. I feel like the very bill of his hat smelled like Black and Mild.
Yo, I'm tell you what's funny about that though. I don't like the smell of it either, so I keep the windows down. But I started smoking them because it keep me awake. So I don't know, man. I just picked up a bad habit out of nowhere, man. It's keep me up though. That's all that is.
So what you saying? They got caffeine in Black and Milds now?
Nah, but it's like you don't want to burn yourself, so you better stay awake so you don't drop it. So
yeah. Well, that's a good point. I will hope not.
Yeah, I want to do that. If you catch on fire or crash, you make a choice. Yeah, I want to do that at all. Nah, we don't have that. My girl was so mad if I didn't come.
Yo, so let me ask you something. You driving the trucks, like what are you aware of what's inside the truck and what has been the craziest shit that's been in there?
I'm aware of what's in the truck at all times. But man, I've carried everything. The weirdest stuff is probably a trailer full of plants. Maybe plants or something like that, but I've carried the little Fiat cars that had like 3 of them in the trailer one time. They dropped them down to the floor.
Damn.
Yeah, it get pretty weird. A whole truck full of ice cream or cigarettes. Name it, I probably owned it already.
All right, so you probably hold a whole batch of Al Capone cigarillos?
Not yet, but you know, they look me up like they look up Jay Black. I carry them. Pay me a couple dollars. I carry them too. I even slap a little sticker on the side. I pay the bills, man.
Yo, hey, you 100% correct. Listen, even in death, them fucking bills still keep coming, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Believe that. So let me ask you, man. You're from Baltimore, correct?
Yeah, from Baltimore. Yeah.
Born and raised.
Born and raised, yes, sir.
So what has been the influence you would say on hip hop out there, man? From your perspective.
I don't know. Baltimore is a weird city, man, as far as hip hop is concerned. Believe it or not, I'll tell you something. Baltimore is heavily influenced by New York City as far as hip hop is concerned. We didn't get a lot of Southern hip hop when it first started becoming popular. Everything we got was Philadelphia rappers and New York rappers. So even out as much as they rap out on the West Coast, we didn't even get a lot of that. So you notice like Tay Roc, that style just translates. That's probably why the fans resonate with it so well. It's direct, it's to the point, and you know, it don't have that Southern slang to it, so they can rock with it a little easier.
Man,
Yeah.
from the perspective of you know, just somebody coming up in the hip hop culture and everything, how in Baltimore that is, how prevalent was the battle rap scene before it became popular?
Honestly, all right. So I guess this kind of segues into me finding out about battle rap in the first place.
Yeah.
When I started watching battle rap, I lived in Texas. I lived in Texas for 10 years. So the battle rap scene, at least in Baltimore City, wasn't really a thing. Now, I knew about battle rappers like Tim Trees and other little local artists in Baltimore City when I was at high school, but it wasn't a widespread popular thing. It wasn't something we did or we saw a lot of. Like, I hear all the stories about in New York, niggas going from corner to corner and battling. It just wasn't like that in Baltimore City. But you had dudes that was trying to rap like, we don't even have famous rappers out of our city. If you notice, it's not a lot of them, if any. So this is not a big thing, but I picked up on battle rap just kind of casually going through YouTube. For a long time, YouTube to me was just my way of watching old rap videos. I never used it for nothing else. So I came across Murder Moon, and that just changed everything. I was like, oh, this nigga is the greatest rapper ever. Because
yeah, which he's not. But carry on.
Yeah, which he's not, according to Jay Lex, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, let me break it down why that was though. Because for me, it was just mainstream artists, and at that time when Mook was battling, the metaphors other than like J.R. Ryder and guys like that, you didn't hear a lot of punchlines like that in Baltimore City. It was just rap music, and it had to be commercialized. So for me to see an artist like him just out of nowhere, I was like, this nigga's the
Say that last part again. And you were saying about the punchlines that
yeah, like hip hop in Baltimore City was just New York rap, and it wasn't punchline heavy because it was commercialized. You still had like, you know, artists like Busta Rhymes and Tip and all these other artists. It wasn't punchline heavy. So when you see Murder Moon doing punchline after punchline and just smoking niggas, it's like, dog, this is the type of rap I want to hear. And like I said, you find Reed Dollars right after that. It just, I was sold, man. I knew battle rap is what I wanted to follow because I never seen anything that intense. Because the battle that really sold me was Mook versus Serious Jones. That battle sold me. And the style clash was so like, Serious Jones had that. He was a little older. He was more savvy. And you could tell he wanted to style on Mook. And Mook was like hungry. He was like, I'm gonna kill this nigga. So just that energy and that tension in that room was like, yo, where else is this happening at? So you can't do nothing but search the internet looking for more.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's something about not to get off track, but it's something also about being there. Like when people feel an energy off a video and stuff like that, that you gotta imagine how it feels standing there.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And there is, to me, I can't really explain it, but it's a huge difference, and it's just like the energy in the whole room, not just from the battlers, but sometimes from the whole entire room. You know what I'm saying? And I think at that time, especially it being more raw at that time. Now it's a little bit more of a little more organized, so to speak. A little more like guys have time to prepare for one particular guy, so that you know, there's somewhat of a format to it. Back then it was raw spitting. You know what I'm saying? Straight intensity, straight competition. You know, there was no tiers. You know, there was no fucking top tiers or nothing like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like that. It was straight passion and competitive. You know, guys being competitive.
Right.
When you go back and watch Mook and Serious Jones and Lux, Mook, you know, Lux versus Miles, things of this nature, the old Rex battles and everything.
Right.
Either they took place in a barbershop, in a clothing store, or right there in the middle of the projects in the park, and it was just, it was right there on the spot. What's up? Motherfuckers barking on each other, you know?
Right.
And back then there was no 3-round or 1-round format. It was, you spit a verse, and before you know it, it was like 10 fucking rounds. You know what I'm saying? Guys just spit till they couldn't spit no more, always trying to one-up each other. So the energy was definitely, you know, intense and different.
Right. The crowd, too. The crowd played a big part to me because from a fan standpoint, only being able to see it on the internet, me watching, I got to feel like I was standing right there. So it's like you hear everybody, and well, let me rephrase that. You got dead silence. Unlike now with the crowds, you know, niggas is talking in the back and the audio getting messed up.
Yeah.
It was dead silent on the basketball court while these niggas was rapping. And you got an or a grunt or ooh, and then it kept going. There wasn't no cutting it off and running it back and all that shit. Like, you got to appreciate the material for what it was.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. In terms of the Baltimore somewhat DMV area, let me just say it like that.
Right.
When you guys, clearly the most prevalent guy out there at the moment is Tay Roc, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's in battle rap. That's just not there, but you know, clearly he's from there, so that's what I mean.
Right.
Like Tay Roc, not only is he just so fire all across the board, but representing you guys, who else would you say down there is I mean, nobody's on Tay Roc's level, so to speak, but
Right.
you know, you have other guys who've been putting on too, and there's a bunch of guys like, how, you know, what are some of the names you think are pretty up there that you enjoy watching and that represent that area?
Well, it's not a lot to pick from. I think you nailed it when you said that, but I think honestly the guy we just got to see versus our streets, Danger Zone, does not get enough recognition. I mean, he's had some lackluster performances, but what he did to my man, I forget his name, Lada Zay. He smoked Lada Zay. I never saw nobody take a beat like that. That was crazy, bro. And it's kind of amazing who battle rap gravitates toward. I think it's more of a popularity, who you look at image-wise, who you can relate to. Because I didn't care about Tay Roc until I saw the Ill Will battle. I saw him a couple of times, and him being from Baltimore didn't really connect with me. I didn't feel like, bar-wise, style-wise, he was one of the better ones. His delivery was always fire to me, but his material was always kind of lackluster for my liking. But the aggression is what started selling me. But man, that Ill Will battle, that's when Tay Roc kind of grabbed me in. I was like, yo, I got to start following this dude closer. He repping my hometown, so, you know, that's what made me gravitate towards him. But if I'm not mistaken, Ty Law is from down in this area. Ryder is from this area. Those are some of the names that are more relevant to this area, but it's not a lot to choose from. Fred actually is from a neighborhood not too far from me. He lives where we call down the hill, in the lower part of the city, towards downtown, and I live a little further up than him. But you know, for whatever reason, his career is it's been on the decline, man. I don't know what he's going for. He can't. I feel like his vocal projection. He has a high voice, and it doesn't carry well in a room. When you're trying to block on somebody, that it's got to come from the chest. And if not, it don't sell well to me. It doesn't sell at all, which is an argument with Verb lately. Verb, it sounds like he's talking from his stomach, like he's trying to save his voice for later. It's coming out like with a lot of air in his voice, and that's a big thing for me. Like I need to be able to hear you clearly.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can see what you're saying, and as far as Danger Zone is concerned, I have to say Danger Zone, bar-wise, pen-wise, however you want to put it, there's not many people fucking with Danger Zone. And
one of them guys.
Yeah, and as far as image is concerned, let's be real, it's always gonna matter because let's just keep it 100. Like, if you got let's just say you out and about one day, you know what I mean, and somebody come up to you and say some dumb shit. You know, if you're liable to ignore him or just not show him the same amount of respect if he doesn't look believable, if nothing about him is, you know what I'm saying? But let somebody walk up to you a little more aggressive, maybe talking with his hands or some shit like that, getting a little too close. You liable to believe he gonna do something and you might slap the shit out of him, or you know what I mean?
It's highly likely.
Yeah.
It's a more credible threat, especially if
Yes.
you like money too. You gotta look like money. If you look like you got a couple dollars, ain't nobody with money didn't have to do nothing for it. So you don't know where he come from. You gotta look like money. You might be willing to slap him. But somebody with no money, like man, you didn't pay that shit too much attention.
Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%, and so I think that's the issue with Danger Zone.
Yeah.
But like him and versus Big Cannon is one of my favorite battles ever.
Definitely dope battle.
Yeah, definitely. But when it comes to Danger Zone, I have literally seen him get in there with some of the top dogs, man, and more than just hold his own. Like, you know, you could make arguments that he actually beat guys. Like everybody talks about the battle with him and Goods. If we're talking on straight lyrics, then he won that shit. You know what I'm saying? But if we're talking about the overall situation, then he didn't. Cause
now,
Goods.
I'm gonna give an unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm really in the minority, and I know this for a fact. I really believe Chess has won more battles than people give him credit for. It's the choking that has killed him. Just because you choke, you just lose the round. And for me, I'm old school. Once you choke,
too.
I don't care what you say after that. It can be fire. You're not winning that round. You choke. It's part of the game. So Chess, even in the battle with Tay Roc, you can't tell me bar for bar that Rock, material-wise, beat Chess. But when you choke your third round, or when you choke in your round, or you come up light with your material, you automatically start losing points with me. But Chess is one of those guys who, strangely enough, he can outright most. He just gotta kill the choking, bro.
Yeah.
It's killing. It's killing.
For me, when it came to Tay Roc, one of the things that drew me in, of course, is the aggression. But I think I started having a little more respect for him at that the battle versus Old Red.
Right.
Then it probably went up a little more notch, that battle versus Cortez, which I still think Cortez beat him, but that's a debatable battle.
I'm gonna tell you something though. I think you can make that argument for a lot of Tay Roc's battles. His material is not heavy. It's the aggression that sells. I think you can make that argument a lot. I think the same can be said about Hitman. Their material is not.
No, listen. Hitman will be the number one. He will be the number one example of that, in my opinion. But I want to switch gears a little bit to Ty Law.
Right.
I love his style. I think. Well, you tell me. Personally, I feel like he should be not only more appreciated, but I think he should be further along in his career, having bigger shots. I see him a lot on smaller leagues. I don't know what it is that doesn't have him already catapulted. Do you think at all it could be the comparisons people have to him and Bill Collector and him and B Magic?
Bro, I honestly don't even see how Ty Law ended up in this situation. I think for his punching style is so unorthodox. It's crazy. The stuff he comes up with is unheard of.
Yeah.
It's a shame we don't get to see it on a bigger stage so that it can be more appreciated. But I don't know, man. I honestly, I think maybe he was one of those guys at some point. This is all speculation, obviously. It may just be he was one of those guys who, like, kind of like Rada, kind of sat back and wanted to handpick his next good opponent, and maybe you sat too long and let other people pass you by taking those names that you didn't want to take. Because I can't see a reason, especially He's done the PGs. He's battled names like B Magic. Like, it's not like he hasn't had some worthy opponents and given them smoke. So him not progressing or making the transition is just strange to me. I can see how his cadence is a lot slower. So I can see people wanting to nitpick at that, but as far as his maturity, you can't tell me you hit maturity like that anywhere else.
Yeah, and I agree 100% with you in terms of the material. Like, I watch Ty Law. I'm always entertained. I always, like, I'm 100% with you when you say, yo, Ty Law come out with some haymakers and punches that you don't see coming. A lot of times you can't really predict his punchline.
Right.
And a lot of it is very original.
Right.
So that's why I'm just always so confused by it that I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, at minimum, I feel like I should be seeing Ty Law on these fucking Survivor Series and Born Legacies. I just don't, I can't get it.
If you look at the competition that's out right now, you trying to tell me Ty Law couldn't punch with Louise?
Yeah, of course.
Right now, you can't tell me that wouldn't be a fire matchup. But we're not going to get that. They're not going to move him into that position to get that battle. He got to climb the ranks still. But we have a tendency right now in battle rap to shit on the competition that's out. But the niggas that's out there who could give them smoke or should be over them right now, they not getting the looks. So I need for somebody to tell me why that's like that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Last question on this topic. With the exception, of course, because we just spoke about him, with the exception of Ty Law, is there one guy from the Maryland DMV area, or the Baltimore DMV area, excuse me, is there one guy from there you feel deserves to be more in the forefront than what he currently is?
From this area. Well, I'll tell you this. Right now, my favorite up-and-coming battler who seems to be a dark horse in this race, battle rap race, I'm going to say Drugs, man.
Yeah, I like Drugs.
Drugs, low-key, is slowly becoming my favorite Goonie, I guess, right after Twerk. I mean, I like Louise, but Drugs, I like his style better than I like Ryder's style.
Yeah.
To be honest, and I think that he's getting ready to make a move if the URL keeps him involved. Yo, he can make a move, man. He had a good battle against Pyrex I just watched a few days ago, and I was like, man, he had a bad
Chicago Pyrex.
Yeah, that was a good battle, man. That was a good battle. I like his energy. I think he favors Jack's style a little too much for people's liking. But I think if he can somehow shake that off, he got a shot, man. I think he can get that push. I think he can get it. I don't know. One thing I do want to clear though before we switch it up one more time. That whole DMV area is a whole hour away.
Okay.
So it's like, to speak on Baltimore battle rap, you got Rock, you got Prep. Anybody else that I'm not aware of that's actually from Baltimore, I'm missing it. But everybody else is from down that whole other direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your thoughts on Prep?
I hate to say this, man, because I don't want to be the one to say, hey, get rid of him, but I think Prep is done, man. I think he's in that odd space where you got the talent, but you're not going to win these fans over. And like we talked about earlier, I think image is everything. That whole dressed up, shoot it up mentality, you would have to be a bona fide killer to sell something like that.
Yeah.
That's a hard image to sell to a room full of niggas wearing hoodies and Timbs in the room. You standing there in a cardigan, some dress slacks. Yo, you better be killing somebody.
Yo,
every battle.
Listen, I agree with you because of the last point you said. You got to be killing somebody every fucking battle because, like, to me, I think Prep is pretty good. Do I go crazy to go watch a Prep battle? No. But I will watch a Prep battle. I think it's pretty good. I've heard him really have nights where he's really on, but then I forgot who it was, but he got killed on one battle when he was like his buzz was you know on the up and up his buzz, and then he got killed in the battle. Then he like choked in other battles. Then he had a battle that he didn't even make it to. He showed up like at the end of the fucking event. And from there, it was just like, I just see everybody, going in on him. And then he had a hell of a showing versus one of my favorites, Big Cannon. But he was like choking and stumbling in that battle too. And if you take that out,
Rich dollars.
Yeah, if you take that out of that battle, that was a very good battle, him and Big Cannon.
Yeah. But
you can't just avoid the fact that you're stumbling and choking. You just can't do that. And then he had a few rebuttals in that battle that just fell so damn flat. I thought he was trying to do too much, but when he was just spitting his writtens, man, he had some dope shit in that battle, man.
Yeah, I mean, coming from I think this is also part of Saga's problem too. Their material is so the material is so well written that it's layered. You can lose people before you even get to the punch.
Yeah.
So you say a fire punchline. I'm listening in great detail, so I'm catching the material, but I'm watching the crowd not reacting. I'm like, yo, somewhere in there you lost them. And it's one of those things like on this card coming up, we got Big Cannon versus Holmesy the God.
Yeah.
I hope that Holmesy don't become that same battler. Like, he has a tendency to set it up so well that you can cut some of that out, my man, and still get us to that punch. That same punch where it's just as hard with less material in front of it.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you, and I also feel when it comes to Holmesy that sometimes it's just hit or miss. But then again, I would have to say, like, sometimes the crowd, like when I watch him in We Go Hard or other shit like that, they just be really they be like super gassing bars, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And sometimes they don't even let the guy get to the actual punch before they start gassing it.
Right.
And sometimes I think that takes away from what it is, you know what I'm saying? Because I think Holmesy is it was one of his last two battles that he convinced me that he's pretty good, you know what I'm saying? I don't go crazy for Holmesy battle, and again, I don't go searching for one. But, I've tried to watch a few of his, but that last one really made me, I can't remember who it was, but that's when I was finally convinced, like, yo, Holmesy really can
Craig
get busy.
Lamar.
Yeah. And Craig Lamar, I love Craig Lamar, man. I think he's a hell of a battle rapper.
I can't get with Craig Lamar. Like, he's had that when he was.
Is it the hairdo?
No, when he was on Spit That Heat, I thought he was pretty good. I was like, all right, this guy's, he's not that bad. And then for some reason, I don't know if some battle rappers, man, they hit a point where it's like, I've written everything I could write over the last few years, and maybe I just need a break to kind of refresh myself and find a new lane or a new way to get this material off because it's not hitting the way it used to. And I don't know, for me, he might be one of those guys just coming from me. But I don't know, everybody else seems to fuck with it. I'm not going to hate on the dude at all, but I don't know, I thought he lost badly to Holmes the God. I saw people having it debatable or even giving Craig the win, so it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah.